All righty, Beth, it is time, that time of year where all real estate agents, real estate brokers need to take the month off. There's nothing happening. Nobody buys or sells in December. Just come back in early January, right? That's how you have a great year. You just take December off. You go in the mountains and ski. And, just like that, magic happens in 2024 is going to be awesome, right?
No, don't. Take your time and go have fun, but schedule your, don't call it quits. Don't call it a year yet. Now is the time when we as agents or investors or people in general that are looking to get ahead in life, if you can put in the time now, this is the time to separate yourself from the pack when everyone else is distracted and saying, okay, 2023 is done. It isn't actually. We still have a good few months left. Sorry, a few weeks left of the month. We don't have a few months left, but
weeks, man. Weeks.
But people are checking out between now. I remember once years ago, I was showing a house in December and the agent was like, wow, I'm surprised you're working in December. Like, people don't work in December? Like,
That's news to me.
Yeah. And it's very easy to lose momentum. If you put your foot off the gas, it takes a good 5 weeks or so to get that momentum back. It only takes about 2 weeks to lose it. So you want to be sure that you're not asleep at the wheel, that you're out there working hard when others are not. Somebody I really love on YouTube, Ed Milet, he had a video recently where he's a great follow, by the way. If somebody wants to subscribe to his channel, I recommend they do it. He's wonderful. But he was saying it's a holiday, not a month.
Oh, I like that. It's
and granted, there might be a couple of holidays in there, but those are days, not months. Nice. So this is the time where if other people are just not, and I've seen it a lot where people are just, they're doing other things, they're distracted. Those that are in there working and, doing the work, like you were talking about, still doing it every day. Agents that are setting up their goals for next year, or anyone who's setting up goals for next year, it starts now. Like what you do now is what you're going to see the results for 30, 60, 90 days from now. That goes for your business. It goes for anything you use your discipline for, whether it's your health and fitness, your relationship goals, community contributions, whatever it is that you're doing now, you're going to see the results of that in 30, 60, 90 days. And if you're not getting the results you want, you got to backtrack and look at what you were doing now. This is the time.
Yeah. So, I was a commission-based salesperson for the last 15 or so years of my career. I had monthly and or quarterly numbers I had to hit. And in my chosen profession, there's this thing called on target earnings, OTE. And the OTE is basically if you hit your sales quota, you make your OTE. But here's the kicker. I was never excited by the OTE. I was excited by what's called accelerator money. The only way to get to accelerator money is to blow out your quota. So why is this important? If you want to have a great 2024, the only way is to have a great Q1. Yeah. You do not have a great Q1 starting January 3rd.
No.
You have a great Q1 starting now. Now. It's just the way it works. And as Beth said, in my profession, about half the people would give up in December because either A, they're too far behind and they're like, it's not worth it. Well, great, you're going to be fired, so go get a new job. And then the other people are just like, I made my number, I'm done. I'm like, are you kidding me? Every dollar you make here counts like 3. Why are you taking your time off? And then there were killers like me that just never took a weekend off in December because we wanted every last morsel. But in order to have a great 24 is to kill it now.
Now is the time. And if you're a real estate investor, we were just chatting in our first video about how now is the time that you can seize the opportunities that exist now that won't be there probably in quarter 1. No, I'm not saying that it's shaping up to be these opportunities that I'm seeing right now later. And if you're a real estate agent or whatever your goals are, if you define what your goals and metrics are and start working that right now, you will be ahead of all the others who don't even have goals and metrics and they're definitely not going to be meeting them as you're blowing the doors off going into 2024.
Yeah, folks, if you want to have a great 2024, it starts with a great Q1, January, February, March. It starts doing the work now. I second what Beth is talking about. Almost every year for the last 20 years, we have been able to find a motivated seller, a stale listing, something going on where we're able to get a great deal. The seller feels good because it's off their hands. They get to go into the new year
Yeah.
with no problems. We get a great deal that we get to start working with in next year. So
And
just
some
do the
people
work.
want to close by the end of the year too.
Some do.
If you're
Yeah.
able to do a quick closing, you might be able to get an advantage for that for somebody for whatever tax reasons, whatever needs
Mhm.
to have it closed this year.
Yeah. There's lots of
So
opportunity. What are some of the things you, Beth, are doing in December? Let's talk about you. What are you and your team doing in December to have a great Q1?
yeah, so we've been working on our business plan. I started back in October with the business plan early. I work with a coach. I've had a business coach for the past 10 years or so. And so as soon as they roll out the business planning season, which really is the whole fourth quarter, we work on business planning for the next season, reflecting on what we track and measure all year so that we know here's how many appointments you need of this type of appointment to get this many transactions next year, what was working this year, what didn't work this year, what was more profitable, where do we want our business trajectory to go next year, defining those goals. We spent quite a while working on that, but then also just making sure that I'm still out there connecting with people and helping folks and getting a certain number of appointments every week just keeps me in momentum. It also keeps my tools need to be sharpened so I know what's going on out there. If you disengage for too long, somebody like me, we can start to get out of touch because we're talking about how it's almost from week to week with these whiplash interest rates, how to adapt and shift our strategies for selling homes or helping buyers buy homes. And so you need to
Yep.
be in there and see it. So I think it's just a matter of just being in the office. Like I'm in my office today, meeting people every day, and working on my business planning for some things that I'm implementing for the new year, some things I want to add in next year that maybe weren't 100% last year. There's always room for improvement. And I think thinking that you've made it or you're done is not a good place to be, because if you're treading water, you're going to sink. You need to be constantly aiming for something more,
Totally agree.
whatever that may be. It's going to vary a lot from person to person, but I think it's just having the defined goals and knowing what your metrics are and continuing to do those and have fun too. We've been having parties and holiday events. You did your cruise, but you're still working on your cruise,
Oh
and
yeah. Every
making
day.
I was watching the videos and loving it. And so it's just a matter of just keeping your foot on the gas. Not that you can't take a break here and there. You want to make sure you take your time, schedule your family time, schedule your vacations as needed, but make sure you've got your time to be putting the pedal down too.
Yeah.
So because you'll launch through the chute of 2024 just way far ahead of all the others, and it really does set you on the right trajectory for the coming year.
Yeah. Momentum's a killer. It is
Mhm.
so hard to start. I never wanted to stop. That's why I've looked at my market almost every day for 20 years because I would hate
Yeah.
to start again.
Oh, I know.
And yeah, folks, don't take December off. It's not the time. You
Mhm.
will definitely, as Beth said right in the intro, it's the time for separation. And there will be less agents, less mortgage broker, less investors next year than this year because the pain's coming. But this will be the last year of pain, I think. I think it gets better after that.
I
So,
think you're right.
Beth,
Yeah.
where can people find you?
People can find me at bethtraversogroup.com, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram too. And I'm also in the One Rental at a Time Facebook group too, if people want to
Awesome.
reach me there.
Thank you so much. And don't forget, if you're looking to buy or sell anywhere across the country, might as well use a top 1% agent to make a referral. Beth, thank you so much.
Thank you.